Alrighty, folks, it is now safe to exit on the Alrighty, folks, that sound of the bell means that our train is now ready to go. From this point forward, there should be no more changing of seats, no more changing of rows. We're exiting the train at this time. We got the signal from our station master, and we got the 2 blasts on the whistle from our engineer. We are now ready to depart. As we slowly pull out of the Nairobi station, look over to your right-hand side, wave goodbye to our hard-working station masters. Everyone say goodbye. I know we have a full train on board. Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye. Wave.
Alright, folks, if you were looking to the left-hand side of the train, you might have noticed a group of the Thompson gazelles down there in the hills. If you were looking to the right-hand side of the train, you might have noticed the exhibit for African penguins. This green and yellow coaster right above our heads and all around us is called the Cheetah Hunt. Cheetah Hunt is a magnetic launch coaster that will launch you 3 consecutive times, taking from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just mere seconds. It's also the longest coaster in our park with over 4,429 feet of track. To the left-hand side of the train, just beyond the bushes and bamboo, is the Edge of Africa. It is a 16-acre self-guided tour of some of our other exotic animals that we have here at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. The Edge of Africa is home to our lions, our meerkats, our spotted hyenas, our hippos, our African porcupines, lemurs, and Nile crocodile. Just beyond the crossing on the right-hand side of the train up on the hill is this whitish-greenish building known as our Serengeti Overlook restaurant. On the menu of the Serengeti Overlook, they serve chicken tenders as well as flatbread pizza and much, much more. And for those of you that are 21 and up, they have the draft bar where you can enjoy a nice cold beer or a nicely made mixed cocktail experience. A fabulous view up there on the top balcony. And as our train continues to travel through the Egypt side of the park, this next coaster coming up all around us is Cobra's Curse. Cobra's Curse is a one-of-a-kind lift-elevated roller coaster that'll take you up face to face with the 80-foot statue of Venomous, the Sphinx. Upon initial drop at the top of the hill, you'll travel around on this track up to a speed of 45 miles per hour, where you'll be treated to a fast series of sudden sweeping turns, transitioning into an intense backward section, placing you into a freestanding finale. Make our way around the bend. Looking over to the right-hand side of the train is another one of our big and thrilling roller coasters that we have here at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. It is yellow, it is blue, it is the one and only Montu. Montu is named after an Egyptian god of war that is pictured as a man with a falcon's head. The Montu is consistently ranked as one of the top 10 steel-inverted roller coasters in North America. Steel inverted means that the track sits above your head while you're strapped down to your harness seat dangling down below. The Monto will take you up to a max height of 150 feet up into the air at the tallest peak, and upon initial drop at the top of the hill, you'll speed along its coaster track up to 65 miles per hour. And you will go upside down on this coaster through 7 different loops and inversions. And now at this time, folks, our train is now crossing over into our Serengeti belt, where our animals free roam out here in the wide open plains during the day. As a friendly reminder, folks, to please remain seated at all times, keeping all body parts inside the train at all times. And please, folks, refrain from changing seats or changing rows, especially while we are in motion. It is for your safety and the safety of others. Looking over to the left-hand side of the train, over by the palm trees, you'll notice those tall-looking animals with the very long necks and rusty spiral patterns, the reticulated giraffes. The males can reach up to at least 19 feet tall in length, while the females can reach up to at least 18 feet in length. And as you can imagine with giraffes, they pretty much have to do everything standing up, whether that's eating, drinking, or sleeping. The female giraffes also have to give birth while standing up as well. Some other animals that you might see out here on our South Serengeti belt include our Revi zebras, our eland antelope, our Adax antelope, our impalas, and there you see one of our redneck ostriches. These birds may not be known for flying due to their short wingspans, however, they're known for a few other different things. For one, they're known for being independent type of birds. They usually prefer to travel in the wild by themselves. They're also known for having a very powerful peck and a very powerful kick. There's definitely one type of bird you don't want to mess with so much. One of their eggs can also weigh up to at least 3 to 4 pounds, which is equivalent to 24 chicken eggs. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a whole lot of yolk. At this time, folks, our train is now crossed over from the south end of our Serengeti belt into the northern end of our Serengeti belt. As we continue to travel along, you might catch a glimpse of a few of the different animals out there in the wide open as we continue along on our journey. As we go across the trestle, looking over to the left-hand side of the train, you can see the vast, wide open spaces of our North Serengeti belt. And as you see, there's plenty of different animals to see out there as well. They're all currently spread out through different portions of the belt. On the far left side of the belt there, you'll notice some of our largest animals that we have on our belt. That is one of our white rhinos. White rhinos are labeled as the 3rd largest land mammals in the world. They can be somewhere between 4,000 to 6,000 pounds. Despite their massive size and massive weight, they're also known for being fast runners out there in the wild. They can sprint up to a speed of at least 2 to 3 feet long in length, sometimes even longer. And you'll notice another type of zebra species out there. That is our Grant zebras. The Grant zebras are labeled as some of the smallest of the zebra species, and they are also labeled as the most popular and most photographed of any kind of zebra species out there as well. So if you happen to see one in a TV show or a magazine or somebody's social media post, most likely it could have been a Grant species of zebra. Another type of animal that you see out there with the zebras and the rhinos, that medium-sized grayish animal with the shaggy-looking coat and the pointy curved horn on its head, also make up the Great Serengeti Migration, along with the zebra species and the gazelle species. And speaking of gazelles, you can see a few of the gazelles sitting in the grass there under those big trees. They look very identical to the Thompson gazelles back in Nairobi. These here are the Grant gazelles. The difference between these two gazelle species, the Grant gazelles here are slightly larger in size compared to their Thompson cousins, and they're slightly faster runners as well. The average running speed for a gazelle is somewhere between 50 to 55 miles per hour. The animal you see there on the left-hand side of the train up on the hill is the greater kudu, which is a subspecies of antelope. Our train is now officially crossed over to the northeast portion of our Serengeti belt. Looking off into the distance on the left-hand side of the train is our beautiful and colorful city of Mantopia, home to the Blue roller coaster, Phoenix Rising. It is our one and only family-friendly steel inverted roller coaster modeled very similarly after Montu. Except it doesn't have any loops or inversions. This coaster doesn't go upside down. It'll take you up to a max height of 80 feet up into the air at the tallest peak, and upon initial drop at the top of the hill, you'll travel around on its track up to a speed of 46 miles per hour. It is an excellent choice for a beginner's coaster for those of you that are brand new into riding roller coasters. Looking over to the right-hand side of the train, you'll notice a bunch of colorful gondolas going backwards and forwards, up and down past each other. That is home to our Sky Ride, one of our oldest attractions that we have in the whole entire park, along with our very own train here on the Serengeti Express. There you see our green train is currently passing by on the opposite track to our left. They're on their way to Nairobi while we are on our way to Congo. Now this time, folks, our train is slowly pulling into our Congo station. We ask that you please remain seated until our train comes to a full and complete stop, and I give you the word to all clear to disembark from the train. At this time, folks, please remain seated.
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
Almost there, folks. Not yet. Alrighty, folks, it is now safe to exit on the left-hand side of the train. Platform side door. There should be no one changing the seats, no one changing the rows, or exiting the train at this time. We got the signal from our station master.
I got 4 toes and 1 I only have 1 toe and this foot.
Are you counting your toes, bro?
I don't think I heard there was someone back here. Oh well, we're moving. As we depart the Congo station, look over your left-hand side. Wave goodbye to our hard-working station masters. Everyone say goodbye.
Trying to get her stuff.
Alrighty, folks, as we slowly travel through the Congo Jungala section of our park, looking over to the right-hand side of the train as well as up above and all around us is this green and red coaster here known as the Kumba. Kumba comes from an African dialect which means roar, and roared indeed does. They call it the Kumba because of the loud roaring sound that it produces as it travels in speed along its hollow coaster track beams. This coaster can indeed roar. The Kumba will take you up to a max height of 143 feet up into the air at the tallest peak, and upon initial drop at the top of the hill, you'll speed along its coaster track up to 60 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated while we are in motion. Thank you. As our train continues to travel through the Congo Jungala section of our park, if you were looking to the right-hand side of the train, you might have saw our Congo River Rapids. To the left-hand side of the train is our new play area, Congo Oasis. And to the right-hand side of the train, this animal exhibit is home to our Congo antelope. Also on this side of the park, you can visit the Bengal tigers, the orangutans, and one of our aviator exhibits. section of our park. Looking over to the left-hand side of the train is the backside of the Serengeti Smokehouse. On the right of the smokehouse, we serve barbecue chicken, barbecue ribs, and beef brisket. Stanleyville is also home to our Sheikra coaster, our Tigress coaster, the Sesame Street Safari and Fun, the Walkabout Way home to our kangaroos, koalas, and wallaby, the Busch Gardens, and the Stanleyville Theater. And now at this time, folks, our train is now slowly pulling into our Stanleyville station. We ask that you please remain seated until our train comes to a full and complete stop. And I give you the word to all clear to disembark from the train. At this time, folks, please remain seated. We are almost there, folks, but not quite yet. Remain seated. Alrighty, folks, it is now safe to exit on the left-hand side of the train. As soon as we get the final signal from both our station master and engineer, we'll be on our way. We got the signal from our station master. And we got the 2 lights on the whistle from our engineer. We are now ready to depart. As we slowly pull out of the Stanleyville station, look over to your left-hand side. Wave goodbye to our hard-working station masters. Everyone say goodbye. I know we have a full train on board. Everyone say goodbye. Folks, if you look over to the right-hand side of the train, you'll notice a very tall and large looking structure off in the distance there, known as our Iron Gwazi. It is the tallest, the fastest, and most intense hybrid roller coaster in North America. This beast of a coaster will take you to a max height of 206 feet up into the air at the tallest peak. And at the very tip top of the hill, this red and blue coaster right over our heads and all around us is called the Sheikra. Sheikra is named after an African hawk that swoops down to the ground to collect its prey. This coaster will take you up to a max height of 200 feet up into the air at the tallest peak, and upon initial drop at the top of the hill, you'll speed along this coaster back up to 70 miles per hour with a large loop in the middle and a splash on near the end. Looking over to the right-hand side of the train is our beautiful and colorful city of Pantopia, home to our absolute tallest attraction in the whole entire park, our 300-foot drop tower. If you're ever feeling hungry on this side of the park, they have the Dragon Fire Grill as well as many other different snack menus to try out. And for those of you that like arcade games or carnival-style games, Pantopia has plenty of those as well. And occasionally they host shows and performances over at the Pantopia Theater during select times of the year.
Not worth it. Sorry, no.
That one didn't work. It's deep. It's deep. I don't gotta spend our bonus on that. I did it 3 times. All the buttons I push like that. Like that.
travel through the condo section of the park, turning the curve here on the right-hand side of the train, just after the crossing up ahead. This is Blue Roller Coaster here, one of the latest and newest additions to Pantopia, Phoenix Rising. It is our one and only family-friendly steel inverted roller coaster model, very similarly after Montu, except it doesn't have any looser inversions. This coaster doesn't go upside down. It'll take up to an upside of 80 feet up into the air if you call it feet. And the plane is track up to a speed of 46 miles per hour. And here's here, our green train is currently passing us on the track below. They're on their way to Congo while we are on our way to Nairobi. There you see on the left-hand side of the train once more, a bunch of colorful gondolas going backwards and forwards, up and down, past each other on those very long cables. That is home to our Sky Ride, one of our oldest attractions that we have in the whole entire park, along with our very own train here on the Serengeti Express. And now at this time, folks, our train is now crossing over into our Serengeti Belt, where our animals feed roam out here on the wide open plains during the day. As a friendly reminder, folks, to please remain seated at all times, keeping all body parts inside the train at all times. And please, folks, refrain from changing seats or changing rows, especially while we're in motion. It is for your safety and the safety of others. As we are traveling through the northwest portion of our Serengeti Belt, looking over to the right-hand side of the train, there's another one of our tall-looking attractions with the purple and green patterns and those long-looking arms. That attraction is known as our Serengeti Flyer. If you look over to the left-hand side of the train, you can barely see them on the crest of the hill. Those medium-sized grayish-looking animals with the shaggy-looking coats and the pointy curved horns on their heads, those are the wildebeests. The wildebeests are one of the main animals that make up the Great Serengeti Migration, along with the zebra species and the gazelle species. Some other animals you can see out there in the distance, on the hills under the shade, the medium-sized tan Spanish animals with the pointy round ears, those are some of our water bucks. You can also see the zebras out there as well, those are the grand zebras, and the white rhinos. This island that you see here on the left-hand side of the train is home to another one of our rhino species, the black rhino. There's usually one or two of them that hang out on that island together. Right now, one of them looks like they're out. Black rhinos can weigh somewhere between 2,000 or 3,000 pounds, and the horn on their head can grow to at least a foot to 2 feet long in length. They're also known for being shy and territorial creatures who usually prefer to keep to themselves, which is why they have their own little exhibit to themselves. Looking off in the distance on the left-hand side of the train over by the palm trees, the reticulated giraffes. Turning the curve here, once again looking to the left-hand side of the train, this exhibit is home to our nyalas, which is a subspecies of antelope. The nyalas are labeled as sexually dimorphic animals, which means the males and the females are completely different from each other. The male nyalas are slightly larger in size. They have a dark brownish blackish coat, a shaggy beard, and they have horns on their heads. From a distance, they almost appear to look like a wildebeest-like species. Where the female nyalas are slightly smaller in size, they have a light brownish coat with a white striping on their bodies, pointed ears, and they do not have any horns on their heads. From a distance, they almost look like deer. Looking over to the right-hand side of the train, this animal exhibit is home to our Asian elephants, which are the second largest land mammals in the world, just behind the African elephants. The average weight and size for one of those Asian elephants is full-grown adults can range from 12,000 to 13,000 pounds. And they usually can stand at a height at least 15 to 16 feet tall. Now at this time, folks, our train is now slowly pulling into our Nairobi station. We ask you to please remain seated until our train comes to a full halt and complete stop. And I give you the word to all clear to disembark from the train. At this time, folks, Here's your main seat.
I haven't gotten an email yet, so it's been a few.
You're almost there, folks. But not quite yet. Seated. Alrighty, folks, it is now safe to exit on the right-hand side of the train, platform side only.
As we are slowly making our way into the entrance area, this first coaster goes to your right hand side. This is the Cobra Spurs. The Cobra Spurs is a vertical lift coaster that will take you place to time for the 80-foot statue of the winners themselves. It is also considered to be a Catholic coaster.
That was a good shot. The engineer even.
Thanks, Dante. Always experience his fabulous view up there at the top balcony.
If you wish to stay on your man, we'll be going to Congo Station next. For our guests who are in this part, we will thank you for letting us know the Serengeti Express. We hope you learned something soon. Tell your friends to do look at the vlog. And you can bring us your day. Coming behind you on the right, you'll see that there's nothing but green stripe. This is the Animal Attractions Building. Animal Attractions Building is where you sign up for your best stuff at the Serengeti truck floor, where you gotta go onto the belt. Yes, you know, I'll go to the restaurant and get pieces of grass. But back on the shine, please. If you wait down, go way back. It is trained very well. And as we follow into our running spaceship, you look to your right, you'll see very colorful building. This colorful building is Standabout. So if you wish to see Standabout, meet him and tip me about to walk around the top and take photos, this is where you would go. The vehicle park closes. way to Nairobi Station, I must really thank you for joining us on the Serengeti Express. We hope you had a jolly time on it. Have a jolly rest of your night at Busch Gardens. And the condition of the station, how much you want to get swimming seated until the train completes before it stops. So the train can signal the stop and is back onto the right side onto your platform. Again, in front of Cheetah Hunt, we'll be doing a light show every 15 to 20 minutes. And we heard us all saying can't talk to the section. And if you guys would like, Six is still here. You can meet him in his house and get take photos with Santa. So again, we hope you had a jolly time on the Jolly Express. Straight out his first.
Our trip around the Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it.